Okay, put this on speaker here. Hi everyone, welcome to our Wednesday morning meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. Meditation gathers strength and energy when we all meditate together. And this week, Annie is going to lead us into meditation, and then we're going to have 20 minutes of silence. And after that, we'll open it up for sharing, and we'll end at 10:45. So over to you, Annie.
Good morning everyone, and quick thank you for, I feel so honoured and blessed to be invited to lead this today. It has been a great pleasure for us to join you every week on the Wednesday, and as Dan said, you know, I gained such a wonderful feeling from doing this every Wednesday. I wouldn't miss it. And today I'd like to share with you a little practice that I do. And maybe it will be a little helpful in your quiet 20 minutes when we go into silence later. And it's to do with, you know how in the day, you know, you might join with a neighbour and complain about something, or you might get irritated with your computer because it's rather slow and sluggish, or you may get irritated because once again your travel plans are changed because they're way beyond your control. So I have a little practice I do at night, which I call God's laundry. And so in the evening, I'm sitting in bed before I sleep, and I review all those little irritations, because of course, as the Course says, you know, even a small irritation hides a mountain of rage. And so I like to release the guilt from all these little things in case I've missed them during the day. So I will sit and I'll review my day. So I will say, I have this laundry basket, and I go, oh, my irritation with the computer, and I pop it in there, and my irritation that my flight was changed, and my irritation at my partner for being better at Spanish than I am. We both do Spanish classes, and we do the same lady, and we're competing away there. And so I pop them all in the basket, and I hand them over to HS. And so HS, he takes this dirty washing and throws it in the washing machine. It's all black and gungy, and he adds his wonderful error removal powder. And I sit there, and you know how washing machines are very, very, you always go into a trance washing it. So I watch them in my mind, these dirty black things going round and round and getting whiter and whiter and whiter. Oh. And then HS, he takes them out for me, and he hangs them on the washing line. And there's my computer, and I feel appreciation for this wonderful machine. I've written 2.5 books on that machine, and I think, thank you, computer. And each one I do my appreciation, and I reframe them. And I think, the big thing I think, I remember to bless everything and know that everything that happens to me is helpful, everything. So I appreciate, and it takes me gradually moves me into a space that I call tranquility, serenity, and silence. And I say to myself, and this is, again, I go into a quiet meditation. I say, I am peace, I am tranquility, I am serenity, I am silence. And I drop into the quietest meditation. And then when I fall asleep, it's like I just drift into the most beautiful dreams, and I wake in the morning just feeling $1 million. And my belief is that, of course, this is what the Course offers. So as we head into this meditation today, I'm going to read you the value of letting go of your griefnesses and your guilt through the forgiveness process. And I want to read you a little bit from my very favorite lesson. Forgiveness offers everything I want. And if I drift in my meditation, I remind myself, let go of my grievances. Forgiveness offers everything I want. So I'm going to read this little piece, and then we'll go straight into our quiet 20 minutes. What could you want? Forgiveness cannot give. Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness? A quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety, and the warmth of sure protection always? Do you want quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that can never be hurt, a deep abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you and more. It sparkles on your eyes as you awake and gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids, so you see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you awake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you and more.
Okay, open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have approximately 15 minutes left for sharing your comments and your questions. And if you'd like to speak, please use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll take you off of mute. Um, or you can just put your hand up and wave, and that'll do it as well. And if you'd like to ask Annie a question with confidentiality, you can put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out.
Hello, Annie. Thank you very much for a lovely time. Thank you. Sorry, did I interrupt somebody?
Go for it.
Yeah, I really love the idea of putting all these bothers into little baskets and send it to Holy Spirit's washing machine. Because there's so many little things that irritate. Well, I think everybody. Little things like computer, our neighbor who drinks half a dozen beers every day. And in one day, we share the same wheelie bin. And he just fills the wheelie bin with his empty bottles. He has the decency to carry it when it's the collection day, because we call it's too heavy. So these little things that, oh yeah, okay, I shouldn't get irritated. He's a nice lad, blah, blah, blah. So I will start putting everything into the basket. Thank you, Annie. By the way, I do get horrible dreams during the night. Things that I missed doing. I'm in trouble. Oh, why did I do that? And all these things. But of course I can do without those dreams. But next day I say, oh, thank God it was just a dream. So anyway, thank you very much, Annie.
Oh, my pleasure, Osako. Lovely to see you. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. And it's so true, you know, every day. It is actually all those little complaints, desires to control, etc., that block the awareness to love's presence within us. And we have a thing that we do, John and I share together. We have what we call the 4 C's. And we I won't use the word try. We help each other to remember not to complain about things, not to compare, not to criticize, not to try and control. And we use it as a sort of daily practice. And we have an agreement between us to help each other remember who we really are. And that's why all relationships are so helpful, because it is the triggers you have within your relationship. Your neighbor with all his bottles is a, as John would say, a shitty angel.
Oh yeah, he is. He's a lovely guy, but drinks too much beer.
But he's helping you to release, you know.
Oh yeah.
And also about sleep. I tell you what, I always, at night, before I sleep, I always ask for sweet dreams, for happy dreams in my night. And it works most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time.
Yeah.
But thank you for your sharing. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Annie. Mute. Oh.
Linda, would you like to ask a question or a comment?
It was, thank you so much. Something so simple as that, I'm sure was going to help me. I brought it up on Sunday. My next door neighbour, he's gone AWOL for 3 years. His conifers are massive, and Kirsty and I think there's somebody else coming in on our little group tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm sure we're going to give it over to the Holy Spirit. But I do that all the time as well, but I don't listen too well. And the other thing is, whilst I was in the meditation, I'm thinking I'm all quite peaceful and I'm forgiving. And all these little things started to come up. So I'm putting them all in the laundry basket. This is in my meditation, thinking, I thought I was quite forgiving. So I will be practicing that. I think it is, and I had all this lovely white washing on the line, and I love washing on the line. So thank you so much for that. It was really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. That is very sweet. I love it. I love it. I always think of when I'm hanging the washing out I use it throughout, the meditation. And if I slip into thinking again, I'll do exactly what you do. I'll put some more washing in the basket. And it's like hanging up your innocence, you take the idea that was all stirring you up inside and making you feel horrible. You put it in the washing machine, you wash it, go white, and then you hang it up with innocence. And you feel the love come back. And your neighbors, irritations with your partner, everything. It's it's very what I call it's like the home gurus in India. They live and they use very practical everyday things in order to clear their guilt and their whatever. And I thank you for sharing. It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Annie, I have a comment from somebody in the chat. It says, I was led by Holy Spirit to put big things in the basket, like past pains from past relationships. And that was so powerful to see them hung out anew on the line afterwards. All white. Really powerful. Thank you.
Oh, yes. You can use it, of course, for anything at all, anything and everything. It's a fun practice, and it's so, I like it so much because it is visual. And of course, our form brains really only operate on the visual. And so you're sneaking into the subconscious brain by doing this. You're sneaking in feelings of being innocent. I am innocent. And it's really powerful to say, I am innocent. When you're doing your washing and you're hanging it out, and I appreciate, when I'm hanging the washing out, I'll do lots of things. I'll say, I appreciate John because he so is amazing and helpful, and appreciate that everything he does is for my best good. And you literally can put any relationship on that into that washing machine and transform it. Essentially that's what the Holy Spirit is doing. It's taking all our errors, they're only errors, we can put them right easily by giving them away and hanging them on the line, but it's also feeling them, it's recognizing them. We have to acknowledge them. Anger and sadness are things that we acknowledge. You don't squash them down, you feel them, and you put them in the washing machine and you let go of them. And it's the letting go that's so important. And you can feel it when you hang them on the line. You're letting go. I'm letting go of this thought, and I'm reframing it in something positive and appreciative. And appreciation is such a good tool too for creating appreciation to me is as near to love as you can get in form. But thank you for that share. That's lovely too. I really appreciate all the sharing.
Angela, would you like to share something? Take yourself off mute. Angela, please take yourself off mute and ask a question.
Sorry, I think Dennis put his hand up before.
Oh, well, I'll go to Dennis next.
Is it? Okay. I want to say thank you very much. That was really, really lovely. And your enthusiasm is wonderful. And it reminded me of a drawing. I draw sometimes concepts of the course to help me understand them better. Like you said, if there's something visual, it really helps, doesn't it? And I was astonished when you said that, because I've actually got a drawing of Holy Spirit's laundrette. And it's washing, isn't it? And I thought, well, there's another proof that there's nothing new under the sun. And I had what in my laundry basket was a dress, and on all the expectations of the world was in this laundry, and it was dressed to impress. I had a dress, then it was the shirt hits the fan, and pull your socks up. and just loads of puns. But it reminded me, thank you, because it was years ago I drew that, and exactly the same concept, giving it to the Holy Spirit's laundrette. And I think I had a box of something saying original stain, like original sin. Yeah, it was original stain was on these clothes. But it's wonderful that you brought it to life for me again. Thank you, because it's a fantastic practice, isn't it, Annie, that you said. Lovely, enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Angela. I love it. Of course, all our minds are joined. We're picking, it came to me, that meditation. It just came as something like, but I love the idea that you've already drawn it. If you can find it, please photo it and send me a copy.
Oh, right, okay.
I'd love it.
I'll get your details. Shall I get your details off Don and Teresa?
Sure, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, perhaps we can collaborate on it.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Co-creation. Thank you so much. Lovely sharing. Thank you, Angela.
Dennis, would you like to say something?
Thank you very much for that wonderful exercise, Angela.
Oh.
It's very positive, and it's one way of clearing before one goes to sleep.
That's funny.
In the Illusion, do they sell these forgiveness washing machines at Curry's?
Absolutely. Yeah, lots of them. Along with, I like the idea of you could spray on. Angela, what was that powder you said? What you called it? Sin stain? Stains?
Original stain was on the clothes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that. I shall add that in now. I shall do the next.
Please feel free.
Thank you for your share, Brendan. Thank you.
I have a comment here from somebody says, "Thank you, Annie. Very lovely. Laundry basket at hand now."
That's great. And I think all these practices, that we share with each other are all wonderfully helpful. I love Linda's weed one. I've been using the weed one, some time ago Linda shared about digging the garden and the weeds.
Yeah.
And they're visual and they're very powerful because we keep, we're instructing the higher being, our higher self, we're instructing all the time. If you can get past your, the policeman up here, your inner critic that says about you, it's a way of getting past it, and you're saying to yourself, I am peaceful, I am peace, I am serenity. And it's really it works. These things work. That's what I love about the course. If you do it, it works. And you feel it. You feel the change in your life. And I certainly have. It's been magic for me.
Anyone else have a comment or a share? Question? Yes, Rich.
Thanks, Annie. That was lovely. Really nice listening to you. Have you got any tips for remembering to do it? Because the doing it part is quite straightforward for me. It's the remembering to do it. Are there any little tips that you could share?
I think, in a sense, it becomes, if you essentially say at night, I'm going to do something to clear my day, I'm going to write an appreciation, I'm going to do something to end my day, and you do it every single day, it becomes almost ingrained in you, but you just do it, because at the end of the day you say to yourself, I have something I need to do at the end of the day, always. You tell your subconscious you have work to do at the end of the day, every day. And you can use whatever you can write. I also write appreciations. I have a little notebook beside the bed and I write appreciations. So a notebook behind your bed would remind you, if you put, I don't know if you do this, I have a notebook beside my bed. It's a very beautiful notebook. It has something nice written on it, like beautiful words or something. And it reminds me to remember all the good things of my day and appreciate them. And the more you do it, the more it becomes easier to do it, really. But I think it's also important not to make it a ritual either. You know, as the, you know, it says in the Course Summary, I can't remember where, that, you know, the secret is to make everything fresh and new. So, but to have some sort of book beside your bed that can remind you, you know, end of day thoughts, you know, you even have a blank and you write end of day thoughts so that you remember. And that would be my suggestion for you to try. You know, I think we each have our own ways of doing things, you know, and the Course itself, everybody has their individual path on it. And if we're listening, that's the secret. We all forget, at least I forget to listen often. And the secret is to be calm and still and listen.
Thank you. And Anne Caulfield, would you like to say something?
Hi, yeah, it's funny, but I've been raising my hand for quite some time and not being seen, so there was a little irritation to work with. Yeah, so what I found, I did my laundry this morning, so when you said earlier, you know, like, oh, all mine's are joined, it's like, oh yeah, I did my washing, and so it was a great, you know, like very fresh sort of idea for me to work with this. It was beautiful, but then the mind took over somewhere along, and it's like, oh, I must share about this. And of course, I'm then into thinking and away from the exercise. And I just wondered if there was any sort of hints or tips around that, you know, because I have got a strong resistance going on to being a light worker, which was something that came up last night when we joined. And yeah, so any hints or tips, Annie?
Oh, it's such a difficult one, that, Anne. Oh, thank you for your share. Yeah, because, you know, the ego, that thought system can carry you off. All I do, that's all I can do, is to say what I do. I always, if I can, keep awareness in my physical body, because that somehow keeps me grounded and stops the inner critic running away with me. So I try and always feel where I am, my feet on the ground. I'll almost do a thing, my feet are relaxed, my ankles are relaxed. If I'm drifting into that mind play, in the critic, the minute, you know, the mind, where you rush off in ideas that carry you away, I'll gently forgive myself for starters, and I'll come back and I'll relax, my feet are, my toes are relaxed, my ankles are relaxed, and just go through your body, and somehow that brings you back. For me, it brings me back into peace.
I'm just practicing as you're speaking, Annie, so thank you. And I do feel sort of like, yeah, I can feel the energy in the body more, and yeah, it just feels lighter somehow, but thank you.
Pleasure.
We have time for one more comment. Jan, would you like to?
Hello, Annie.
Hi, Jan.
Hi,
Nice
lovely to see you. That was so lovely. I use Ecova in my wash, but for stubborn things, I use Vanish. You know that Vanish stick? It's just people are talking about the, I can't remember what Angela called her thing. There's something stain, but I use this thing Vanish, which is wonderful. In form, it's wonderful, but it's a great metaphor also for passing things over to Holy Spirit. Yeah, just one thing on the resistance thing. I just find it so hard, and particularly in the evenings during practice. I don't know what it is. It's just it was so much easier at the beginning of lockdown, and a lovely opportunity to be able to do it. But it just got harder and harder. So I feel like throwing myself, my little self, into the washing machine and hanging out myself. My whole innocence. But just to acknowledge that's yeah, I mean, it just goes like that, doesn't it? Resistance comes up big time at the moment for me. But anyway, it was so lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much for your share. I love the idea of putting yourself in the washing machine. That's a really good idea. I shall copy that one. Forgive yourself. That's the main person to forgive always, isn't it?
But hanging out this beautiful, pure white sort of
innocent
on the line.
Yeah.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Annie. That was amazing. I'm so happy to have Holy Spirit to do my laundry. What can be better than that? And I love visual things. To me, it really helps. So thank you. And yeah, we've come to the top of the hour. So everyone take themselves off mute. And
can I quickly say thank you
yes.
to you both and to Sharon for running this wonderful Meditation Wednesday. I really do appreciate it. So I want to give you our thanks for that. It is amazing the work you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here, here.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.